how do you find the words to explain to your child what just happened in Texas? I'm struggling to do that. How do you get them to go to school without feeling scared? Well, for that part of our coverage, we turn to CBS 8's Kelly Hestedall. And Kelly, you talked to a psychiatrist about how to talk to our kids about these types of tragedies, right?
That's right. You know, and it's so tough because yesterday, I'm sure all kinds of parents, myself included, all you wanted to do was go home and hug your kids tightly, tell them you love them. The psychiatrist I spoke to says that all makes sense, but just make sure you don't overdo it because you're going to make your kids more anxious. Now, certainly there were kids, I'm sure, that woke up today who said they didn't want to go to school. Here's what the person I spoke to says, his advice about that.
It's easy for a parent to say, hey, I don't want my child to go to high school or elementary school, because all that does is exacerbate the fear in the child. And you really need to sit and talk with them and say, you know, what's your concern? What's your fear? And then you need to reaffirm that they are safe, both at school and at home. And if they're
And that is psychiatrist Dr. Michael Lardon. Now, we do know some districts are sending letters home to parents about the shooting, about how to deal with this. This letter from Poway Unified lets parents know counselors and psychologists are on hand at the school. It also provides a link to talking points for parents. And as you heard Dr. Lardon say, you should get really specific when asking your children if they don't feel safe. Why? He says you want to address their fears precisely. Say, what are you most concerned about? And then be reassuring. He recommends really limiting what they see on TV when it comes to news coverage about this shooting, because there's something called secondary PTSD that can happen. It can reinforce this trauma and make it worse for them. He also told me this.
We as parents have a tremendous emotional response to it, but we don't want to project that response on our kids because that will only heighten their angst and heighten their anxiety. So we have to sort of process that over here, and then when we address the kids, we need to be careful.
And he says, as a general rule of thumb, for kids younger than 8, you don't actually have to talk to them about the shooting unless they bring it up. Now, one tip he did give me for kids in this younger age group, though, if they are feeling anxious, he says, have them write a letter to the police department or the fire department thanking them for keeping us safe. Kelly Hestedall, CBS 8.